Were you aware that people like John Henry Clark, a prominent Pan-African teacher, was a student of a so-called white man? Being taught by, so-called white folk. Melville J. Herkovich was his teacher, was one of his teachers. A lot of his Pan-African ideologies came from, again, so-called white people. Did you know that? Did you know that this Jewish man, this so-called white man, right, founded, the African Studies Association? He's the founder. He created it. John Henry Clark didn't create it. He was a student of this guy. See? Because of some type of political fallout, some political thing, and management issues, some type of, in other words, John Henry Clark and others, had issues with Melville. See? And they split. See, they split. So these so-called African Americans, who are actually Native American Indians, they split with this guy. And John, went and created his own black association, organization, whatever that nonsense is. But the thing is, to take from this, right, is that this organization belonged to Melville. And Melville was teaching John Henry Clark. See? And yeah, this is important right here. To realize that, all this Pan-African nonsense, all this, we Africans and all this stuff. Wait a second, where did that stuff come from? The same people that we crying that's oppressing us, so-called white folk. See? And if you do your research, you'll find that all of those prominent Pan-African leaders, Marcus Garvey and all of them, they all were taught by white folk. Every last one of them. About this Pan-African stuff. So here's evidence right here that I'm sharing with you, okay? Proving that Melville created these organizations. Okay? The African Study Association. And look at it. He did this in, 1957. See? And you can see, and it's not in this one. Okay, but you can find out. You can go find out when. Oh yeah, right here. Oh, see, led by John Henry Clark. He led the split. So if he led the split, this means that he was, together with Melville. See? He was a part of Melville's students. See, he was learning under the organization that Melville built up. All this Pan-African teaching. I guess money and they saying here, I don't know, it's a mess. They're talking about some type of military things that Melville was doing and something. But anyway, the point is that, John Henry Clark and many other prominent so-called black leaders, right, were studying under Melville Yokovich and others, other so-called white folk. See, these Pan-African teachings came from these so-called white folk. See? And look at the timeline. They split. So John Henry Clark, right? He split from the organization that he was learning under, built up by Melville Yokovich, a so-called white man, right? They split from this organization in 1968. You do the math, right, and figure how long, can't really say how long, I can't say how long Henry Clark was with Melville, or being taught by Melville, okay, but we know Melville created this organization, see, we know he built this organization, in 1957. See? So I don't know right now how long John Henry Clark was with him, but he led John Henry Clark led the movement to separate from Melville's organization, right? In 1968. See? So be mindful of these things. It's crazy. But anyway, I just thought I'd share this with you guys, okay? And again, as always, this is our true history, language, and culture.